Greetings! Once again you join me. I see you enjoy my tales. Of course, we tell of a tale of piracy, of heroics on the high seas, or villainy. It's all a matter of perspective when it comes to these things. And to a pirate, the group I've been telling you about certainly are heroes. They find themselves embroiled in much of what's going on within the Shackles. And we've heard how their story comes about. But it is time for more interesting things to occur. For now, not only are they proper captains, members of the piracy, but also members of the council. Well, that's if they can prove themselves truly worthy of being members of the ruling class of the Shackles. So, sit back and listen as I tell more of the tale of the intrepid crew of the Dragon's Promise as they continue their journeys. Now, perhaps a way of saying it, gentried landowners of the precipic trap of land in the northern Shackles. Well, the gentried part might be a lie, but we'll find out, won't we? Boop. Boop. Alright, hello everybody. Welcome. It has been a bunch of weeks, but we returned. We're Buccaneers. Yes. There was some weeks off we were going to take, and then, some things happened. It's just was getting everything sorted out and getting it all done, and we're back and we're here. We are down someone for today, just a sudden work change that came up. Happens. But today we'll be okay with just the three of these gentle folks. As we are going to be dealing with some treasure. There is some time that has to be taken care of course. Repairing a ship in Port Peril. It had the shit beat out of it.
Yeah. Dude. It's a miracle that it was still working.
This ship should not function.
Mm-hmm. It was, the amount of damage that you had taken and all crazy shit that happened, you still managed to get it back. I mean, it's in most of one piece.
Well, there's a couple pieces here and there.
New coat of paint.
Welcome, new citizen of the Empire.
That's all it needs. It'll puff right out.
But yeah, it'll take a little bit of time to repair. Certainly you've been informed, post-party, that you had a celebration of your victory, that once your ship's repaired, because the council understands that'll take some time, the council basically gives you about around a month to get things prepared. They expect you to, get together materials, prepare yourselves, and prepare an expedition. Probably enough materials to start establishing some form of base of operations on that island. And then, at the end of that, about a month's time, they will come visit whatever base you've established and see what you've got there. You're supposed to have a party to... They didn't say who was going to go, but a number of the members of the council will basically show up and expect to be, treated like pirate royalty. And that's where you stand. Because again, you are on the council for now. But again, it's a provisional thing. You winning a race does not make yourself a pirate lord. It gives you the opportunity to become one.
True.
It's fine. I've jumped through enough hoops. I can jump through more.
Alright. So, you'll begin by getting your ship repaired, and of course, much of the crew will have shore leave. Honestly, they can't be aboard the ship. Many of them will enjoy the shore leave. They've lost a few friends. So a couple of crew were killed during the entire thing, but certainly many of them are very celebratory of their victory. It's sort of like the losses are overwhelmed by the glory
Yeah, only a couple people were incinerated by a dragon turtle.
Yeah, I see some
cool.
other people were thrown overboard here and
We
there.
lost like 10 people.
Yeah, only a couple people. It's fine. No one.
We
important
lost
was
like
lost.
we lost like a fourth of our crew, I think.
Yeah.
On the
No one
ship.
of importance was lost.
That was pretty rough. We gotta hire some people.
That's your job.
That is my job, which I did plan out a bit of. I have notes on this of what I wanted to hire
Okay.
in preparation for this journey.
All right. That's easy enough. You can certainly go about that. But a couple of days after your victory, a boat will come into the harbor. And of course, this boat will be named the Dragon's Fury.
Oh,
It's a much cooler name.
No, I disagree. Fury is temporary. Promises are forever.
That's not true at all.
no!
and of
Actually, that
course-
was pretty eloquent.
And of course, it'll actually dock kind of around the area where probably you'll actually see it coming in, because you'll receive something in your mind, Yaalkol.
In my mind?
In your mind, you'll just hear a.
Yaalkol is not like this. Okay, first, what does it say?
It's a come to the docks, come to the Dragon's Fury.
I grab.
This is probably while you're like, because this is for first couple of days. It's while you're still discussing like repairs and stuff, and maybe like any kind of like things you're good to do to get your ship up and running. You know, you're still checking in with the crew, with the dock team, you know, and making sure everything's going all right. So you're probably there with you can be there with Revia and Misty.
Exactly how I imagine it happening. Every morning, I imagine out of obligation, Revia sort of gives me a rundown of like what's going on in the ship and what I need to do that day. Things that just bounce off of y'all. But out of just expectation as the first mate, this is what she does. During this, my normally glazed over look becomes like sharp for a moment, and then I grab Revia and say, "I had a thought that wasn't mine."
Alright, let me.
Excuse me?
What?
I was thinking, like in our conversation, you were saying something. I was thinking about it, and then I thought, and then I say, "Come join me on the." It was "Come join me on the Dragon's Fury."
Yeah.
Right. That was the message. And I say,
See that
I
ship?
thought, "Come join me on the Dragon's Fury."
Mm-hmm.
And that's not a thought I would have because that's a lame ship.
Are you feeling okay?
I mean,
Wait, there's magic, like
yeah.
Jacub
Yeah.
did earlier.
Yes,
It-
magic exists.
That like
Yep.
people can speak into your head with magic, so that's probably what's happening, right? Like the
Our
cantrip.
message is a cantrip, I think.
Probably a little more than message.
Message is different though. Message like whispers in your ear. Right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's like a message.
Well, you
It's
know,
like-
but I don't understand that. I don't have message on my list. I don't have that intricate knowledge.
Oh
Of it.
gotcha. So yeah, Yaalkol wins.
I don't have spellcraft.
Yeah, you're like yeah, message is a cantrip, right?
Yes.
He has no understanding of what that means.
Yeah.
You seem comforted by this, so he seems okay with it. And he said, "I think I should go to that ship and see what it wants."
Right?
You don't think?
Yeah,
it's a ship,
sure.
Right?
No.
No, it's not a ship. It's probably something else. And then I turn around and go start walking to the ship.
Well, there you
I
go.
go to. I don't have any telepathy spells, so I don't think I have any insight on how any of that works.
Did we go and follow him? Or
No, very followed already. We left him. I left immediately with him because I'm insane too.
So I'll just go up to the ship. Like, is the ship just docked? So I have
The ship
like,
is docking right now,
down?
actually.
Oh, it's docking.
Yeah.
So I'll go wait for it to dock, and I'll
Yeah.
just sort of sit in the dock while it comes in.
As you kind of like wait there, a gangplank will drop down, and a man in maybe not quite as epic hat as you will kind of, rather than take the gangplank, leap off the side of the boat and down next to you. Bristling in muscles, he reaches out an arm.
Oh,
It's Cog. I knew it was Cog.
Dragon Spirit is the best name. Never mind.
The moment you said the name tangents, I knew what it was. I was.
Cog, like, as soon as I see the ship, and it takes like Yaalkol like a good 30 seconds to suss out what happened, and then he's so happy he like doesn't even go in for the handshake. He goes and he picks up Cog in like a big embrace, and he says, "It looks excellent."
Be careful, you're gonna snap his spine.
Thanks, Admiral.
Sturdy boy.
We've been doing good for you, Admiral.
I imagine you have. You've always been an excellent sailor.
So he says,
Captain.
as you see at the top of the gangplank, Rosie's there, kind of like looking a little bit. And actually you'll see Tilly there looking a little different too. And she's like, I'm glad you got my message, Admiral.
Oh, that was you.
Yes. While on our journeys, I've awakened my abilities as a sea witch.
I don't think that sounds as like. That sounds a little ominous, but I support it.
It's gonna be.
Yaalkol was just the least assuming person, just goes, "Yeah, that sounds pretty cool." How do you like that? Is that fun?
We met a sea witch, didn't we?
You did.
Like a really old
A
one?
really old and evil one.
She was cool.
She really
Yeah,
just
that
didn't
was
care.
just
She like looked at you and was like, whatever. You're not worth my time.
She made us make a deal with her. We have to help her later.
Yeah.
That's right. That's true.
Of course, she was gonna kill us.
Yaalkol's got like a weird scar on him now or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't talk about that. Yaalkol is
Later
just
consequences.
yeah, that's for later Yaalkol to worry about. Yaalkol's already forgotten about
That's future Yaalkol's problem, and future Yaalkol's a chump.
that. Fuck that guy.
Fucking loser.
Yeah, so I'll say, come, tell me of your exploits. The first round is on me.
They'll kind of tell some stories. They've gotten to some misadventures. Currently, nothing as epic as you, but it seems like they've gotten a few misadventures, a few scrapes as they become kind of like a fledgling crew. They will be able to supply you with 10 extra plunder right now.
Ooh, neat.
Ooh.
Huge, actually. Whoa.
Now, granted, this is like they've already spent some money on their ship and upgrading it and sort of like things like that.
Yeah,
So this is like what they've managed to claim extra that they're given that they've been prepared to give to you.
So that's fine. So I built my plans around utilizing them as well. So this is great.
Yeah.
Yaalkol accepts this gift and says, I want you to know that this isn't one way. If there's ever anyone that gives you trouble, anyone on the waters that tries to call you out or claim against your name, you let them know that you sail for
Look,
Captain Yaalkol.
Yeah, you're cool, if I may. Or Admiral, what you prefer.
No, cool.
When you set me off on my own, I thought for a minute about actually going off on my own on that boat. For just a little bit. And when we were sailing out on our adventures, it came to mind too. But, I don't know, something about hanging out with you all that time brought me back. And certainly, hearing what happened, and the position you put on here, certainly has reaffirmed that sticking around was the right choice. You're going places. And, honestly, I'd rather be at your side going those places. All of us would, I believe.
Tide raises all ships.
Tilly will speak up. You gave me another chance. When Plug and Scourge basically had me under their thumb.
Oh,
You, they abandoned me. You saved my life.
it's a good thing they're dead, huh?
An awkward situation. Yeah, love those guys. No, we don't mention them.
Face.
Revia's like, oh yeah, those guys.
They
They're
left
dead.
me to dead. To die. They left me for dead. And not only did you rescue me when I had been an enemy of yours, you gave me another chance. Thank you. That was Tilly, I think. Let
I
me
thought
check.
that was
Oh, that might be
was,
slippery. That might be
That
slippery.
was slippery, right?
It was
The one
Okay,
slippery.
that-
sorry.
Is this slippery instead?
I think you gave them Tilly. I'll switch what that was saying. I have to remember which
I
one.
mean, they can
Yeah,
have
well,
both. We don't really
no.
know what happened to Slippery.
Yeah.
She's been on your ship with
so-
Nate.
No, she's good to be over there. I don't even have her named on our ship. So I
Okay,
think
she's something else. She's there too. I'll put the.
She's there too.
Actually, I'll put that in like a Narwhal. He can be there too. They can be like the officers over there because they weren't really doing anything on your ship. They were just randos.
I don't usually call this out, but this is way too funny not to. You accidentally misspelled Dragon's Fury and it says Dragon's Furry.
Nice, dude. Right.
And honestly, I'm for it.
Better name. You know what? I'm coming around on that shit. Now, you know?
Me and Con have a
Skip
special
sounds like
relationship.
Wait,
You know,
where?
yeah.
Where's the name of the ship?
Ship sounds
Under
like a
Allied
fun
Sheets
Yeah,
is
it's
the.
Allied Sheets. It was just very funny.
Oh, I see it.
Sorry.
I put an extra R accidentally.
That was
I
just very
noticed.
funny.
Yeah, I don't think we did anything with that lady. I don't know
No,
if she was
we
that. I
literally
don't
did-
know what folder she's in.
We literally
She
did
was
nothing
just
with
like
that.
randomly there with rot guts. So I just threw them into Dragon's Fury now. They can be officers over there.
Yeah, it's fine. I have their sheet. I have a second ship sheet because I am a madman.
So, yeah. Look, there's more reason than just checking in with you and congratulating you on your win, giving you some treasure and such like that. I heard of something.
I lean back. Alright.
Well, the weird compass that you still got.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's,
I pull it out because it's one of the few things I keep on me.
I forgot we had that compass.
You know, you mentioned something about where you got that.
Where did we get it?
When you got drunk the one night. When we got drunk the one night, you talked a little bit about it. I don't know if you were talking to anybody else about it ever. I kept it to myself though. But along our journeys, I did start hearing rumors of something strange.
Yeah.
Well, they say that something like that, the compass of the ferryman of the dead, that's what they call it. It allows the ferryman to find things. But it's not the only time it's been in the real world, in the land of the living. They say, for a time period, the first ever Hurricane King carried it. They cheated death and got a hold of the compass.
So what are you saying? Do you think the compass does something? Leads somewhere, maybe?
Well, if rumor has it, they say that, well, there was a great treasure, of course, like with most pirates. The first Hurricane King had one. Rumor says that, well, there was something about a part of this treasure that was powerful. Gift of the gods. It is said that the first Hurricane King, at least in the rumor I heard, broke it apart. Spread those parts to the four wind. The compass is said to react to those kind of things, if you know how to activate it. Show you the way when you get close enough. That whoever can find the compass could rebuild whatever that is, the gift from the gods. What would the gods of the Shackles give a pirate king? Your guess is as good as mine.
Thank you. I think we should pay Natalis a visit. Maybe she can make heads or tails on how we can activate this thing. Maybe
Okay.
not.
Well, wait, didn't Cog say it? Didn't Cog say?
Go ahead.
I thought the compass activates when you're nearby one of the places. Sorry, I missed.
It should lead you if you're near to it, but you must figure out a way to activate it.
Oh, okay, I missed that part. I understand. Cool.
So,
So,
if you figure out how to
actually-
use it, when you're close, it would lead you to one of the parts of this, like, ancient supposed treasure or something.
I believe Yaalkol fucking robbed Sharon.
No, Sharon was just like, here you go, have this.
Yeah, they just gave it to me.
Yeah.
I forgot about that, to be honest with you. I just had the compass on my fucking character.
The thing is, it's when you open it, one side is a compass and the other side is a watch. And the watch never tells the correct time. Yeah. When Yaalkol died, it came back.
Oh yeah.
When Yaalkol fucking died.
Yeah.
Oh.
He was on the ship of the dead. Ship of the dead.
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
Fair, there's a lot of things we forget that happened to Yaalkol, like the fact that like his arm is made of coral or something.
Mm-hmm.
I
didn't
don't forget that though.
Yaalkol just sort of doesn't notice this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I would actually go to Jacub first to take a look at this thing before I go to Natalis, because Jacob's our new
Our wizard.
ship's mage, so
Let
I
me
should
see.
probably approach him first.
Jacub does have a high Arcana. If you want to
And
roll,
would be Arcana or Spellcraft, because if like
probably Arcana. You could probably do both. You can use Detect Magic and Spellcraft to see if you can identify more about it, but Arcana would be the best bet.
Yeah, it does have Detect Magic, so yeah, I think we'll do the Detect Magic. All right, let's do Arcana then first, because he has the high Arcana.
Roll some
That's
numbers.
what you roll.
Nice.
Oh.
That's still a 21.
Okay. But you can still roll a
That's still a 21.
Spellcraft with Detect Magic. 21's not bad, but it doesn't help a lot. Certainly, certainly he can be like, this is definitely magical and unusual.
It's a better roll, but a worse.
29.
Spellcraft 29.
Wait, that's spellcraft.
He's gonna take a look at it and be like, oh.
Okay.
He probably will like say something incredibly rude and then be kind of like just kind of almost drop the thing back in your hand as he's kind of like looking at it, like picked it up to look at it. I don't know what that is, but it's of overwhelming power.
Interesting.
It seems to have some kind of, I can tell it's divination of some kind.
So here's the deal. I turn to the other two. I didn't really want to talk about this. After we talk about it right now.
Just a note, overwhelming would be like the spell level would be 10 plus, or a level to create it would be 21 plus.
Oh.
Jesus.
It's artifact level. Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
I turn to the other
Certainly!
two.
Okay, the Compass of the Dead is an artifact.
You don't mean that can't be named with the first level spell? Weird.
I'm going to change the name from Great Compass. That seems a little disrespectful now. So I turn to the others and I say, listen, I'm going to tell you about how I got this. We're never going to talk about it again.
Right, okay.
When I died, I was on the ship of the Damned. Before I left, I was given this by... Did I know the name of the person?
It was a mysterious cloaked figure. You can call it's not like it wasn't probably Charon, but it was something that was taking the place of it. That kind of thing.
My character wouldn't know who that is anyways.
Yeah.
Because my character. So my character would say some cloak guy gave this to me before I came back. I thought it was a dream, but then I gestured to the item in my hand. It was here. I put it away.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know what it is, but I have a feeling that I need to hold on to it. But now, after what Cog told me, I think we should try to figure out how to activate this thing. Because if what he says is true, then maybe what I actually need to see is at the end of this thing.
And do you understand or know how to activate?
No. I went to Jacub, and Jacub informed me that it is powerfully magical. So.
Well, what could possibly go wrong playing with a powerful magical artifact that we know nothing about?
Let me see how powerful it is. I cast detect magic, and I'm like flabbergasted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I can also do that.
Revia is careless. He's like, let me see what he said. Oh my! Holy shit!
Ooh. You can also tell that it is divination of some kind. That's like kind of the best read you can have of it.
Bring that to that. That's out of my wheelhouse.
I think most people's wheelhouse.
That was my next stop. I hope Jacub.
Most things are out of my wheelhouse, except driving a ship and stabbing things really hard.
Well, I can only do half of this, so.
I bet you could learn how to drive a ship.
I can do it.
You also don't stab things.
You don't. You smash.
I have a 10 to sail, a profession sailor, so not like I can't do it.
There's more than I have, so you know.
Yeah. We're not gonna talk about my mod.
That's why I'm the captain, baby. But that's why I also don't sail, baby. So yeah, I
don't even have to.
I forgot to come up with my new put my new name for this
Oh.
season.
I should give Misty a nickname, but that's it.
There we go.
So you're going to Nat next.
Yeah.
Chairman. All right, I'm gonna roll something here. This is gonna be higher, but I'm just rolling this at the roll that's currently on the sheet. Let's see how well you rolled. You rolled an 11. Okay. Now I'll take a look at it and then begin referencing a number of books and stuff and kind of bring things out. It looks as though Nat has a small library in her shop now of things that she's been studying. Kind of like her book collection certainly has expanded in the months since, she's been left here to build her own shop and things like that. And she'll start going through and referencing a number of books and beginning to study a little bit as she kind of like looks at this. And she'll also, of course, use detect magic and study it a little bit too and kind of things like that. Be like, where did you get this?
I would rather not say.
It's important information.
I died. I was given it by a creature on the other side. Wait, Natalis was there when I died, right?
He was there.
Natalia's aware you died.
No,
Yeah,
so,
she
remember? Do you remember?
she was there.
Do you remember when I died? When I was on
This
the other side.
item has a very long history. One that actually links back to some of the things I've been researching.
Okay.
If you don't remember, I have an interest in... Well, I don't know if I ever said to you. I have an interest in Cyclopsian civilization. They've got ruins across the Shackles here. It's the reason I came to this area. This artifact was supposedly created during the height of the ancient Cyclopsian civilization. It was created in dark rituals originally. It was now, in the form it is now, is much smaller than it probably originally was. And its form has certainly changed. But the essence of it remains the same. When the Cyclopsian civilization fell, rumor has it that in order to withhold its power, Pharasma removed it from the world. Its power was supposedly too much for mortals. But there have been a number of times where there are those that have proven to Pharasma, or Pharasma has deemed them, through some kind of divination, worthy to have it, and to use the power associated with it. Now, the thing about this is, it's still very powerful, but I think it's only a piece of what you're looking for. The original artifact.
Do you have any idea how I might activate it?
I'm not 100% sure. I think I can try something, but I don't know if it would work.
If you have an idea, it's more than I have.
I believe to activate it, you have to manipulate in a way that you're altering... As you can see, the compass part doesn't really point north. It seems to point in a random direction. I think what you have to do is you're effectively tuning it with the clock. As you can see, there's settings for hours, minutes, seconds, days, months, years.
Interesting. Okay.
I understand.
I do not.
Well, we gotta match the clock end to the compass end on like where all the little needles are. I think, right? Am I understanding you right, Nat?
Yes, to a degree. Effectively,
Okay.
you're going to have to tune it to the correct pattern. The thing is, there's more to this than what I have in my books here. I think I'm going to have to do some more research, or ask a few people that I've met in town here that might be able to help out, at least with some ideas of this. You should hold on to it for now. I'll go look into that. Come back in a few days. Maybe a week.
Thank you. Actually, one last thing. Cyclopses, those are the guys with the one eye, right?
Yes.
That makes the story you told me so much funnier. Have a good day, Nat. Get up and leave.
I think I'm stunned by this. I thought he was gonna. I'm like, what?
Clowns make 20 gold a week, and he does it for free every day.
They really?
Yes.
Wow,
That's a profitable business. Holy shit.
That's a good business, baby.
Whoa.
It's a Skrilla.
What the hell?
And then Yaalkol just goes back to the ship, and it's just gonna place the thing on his desk and just sort of stare at it, and try to see if his mind comes up with any magical way to make it to solve it himself.
He's trying his best.
It won't work, I'm assuming, given given my understanding of how
Roll
magic
me
works.
an intelligence check.
Oh god.
Beautiful.
He's trying his best.
Okay.
You know what? I'm proud of. That's low.
Okay, a 9. Okay.
That's about all. That
Mhm.
checks.
All right, you kind of just are staring at it for a while. You maybe fiddle around with it. You don't really find anything out.
Yeah. I probably do this for like an absurd amount of time, like 3 hours of this, before finally I nod my head and say,
Oh, give me 2 more checks then if you're going to do it 3 hours. I'll give you a check per hour.
Let's see how much you can embarrass yourself.
Yaalkol.
You can roll it. Go on
nothing
T.
else is
Go on
fast
T.
enough.
Oh, it's 2 digits. Oh, it's huge.
That's a sweet 0 right
That
there,
was
dude.
a really good 0 there.
No, but you got a 17.
That
I
0
just
is really
somehow
good.
hurt myself doing this.
Yeah,
I get a
hurt.
literal headache from doing this the second hour.
Yaalkol takes like a
You're trying hard. Your head's hurting. You're just fiddling around with it, like twisting around with stuff. And then, like, at a random point in time, somewhere like towards the end of the 3rd hour, you're about to give up. You like move some of the dial, like you like manipulate some of the dials and stuff on the clock side, and all of a sudden, the compass starts spinning wildly,
Oh boy.
and then it just stops, pointing in a direction.
It stops. It starts. So it's like pointing in a single direction now.
Yeah.
Revia! Revia! He just
Oh,
goes
I was
around,
like
just
taking a nap.
I burn. Oh yeah, you're probably in the room. And I just scream like in the room that you're in for you to wake up.
Mhm.
Revia,
Oh,
it stopped. I did something. It stopped.
Like I was probably on the desk, and I'm like, oh my god, what?
I don't know. I was like looking at it, and then I did something, and it did this.
I pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
pointing in a direction now.
It does seem to be pointing in a direction towards like the back end of your ship.
Does it behave like a normal compass now, where it'll consistently point in a direction? Like if I'm like moving to the right, is it like micro adjusting?
It's macro adjusting.
Looks like
Oh,
whatever
it's
it is.
macro adjusting.
Like it's turning
Okay.
a lot as you move from side to side.
Oh,
of
so
the
that
room.
means something's really close. I'm like,
Oh,
I
then-
start following the compass then. To, like,
There's this
to where
like
it's pointing.
chest over here where you threw a bunch of like magical items and stuff that you guys had gathered that you hadn't figured out what to do with.
Oh, Tanton, this is your excuse? Good one, Tanton. I respect it.
I opened the chest.
I respect.
Uh-huh.
What's it? What's in the chest?
There's some random magical items that I haven't determined.
You still
I
haven't figured it
I
out.
forgot to, honestly. I kept forgetting.
You can't. You can't.
No one reminded me.
Yeah,
And I keep
That's
forgetting.
funny.
That's hilarious.
I'm not gonna. Okay,
There's-
it's
That's genuinely.
I'm
funny.
sorry, do
I
you
will
not
say
notice
Oh,
that there's remember loot?
no. I don't because I'm usually working like at the bottom of this list, down by the handouts and enemy sheets.
That's so funny.
It's in the perfect
Okay,
spot that I never notice it.
So funny.
Anyway, though there is something in here though.
Well, I dig through for the
Wait,
specific item.
the miscellaneous
Everything
magic
that's sort of
items that exist.
amorphous goo that we just hit. We
No,
just reach through and pull out
no.
an item.
Yeah, you keep it looking through, and then all of a sudden you find a familiar-looking item that you had put in there because no one had decided to use it. A really nice ball gown.
I didn't forget
Put
about
it-
that.
put it
I
on,
was waiting for you to
Jacub.
tell us what it
Put
did.
the dress on.
Was alright.
Yo, cool. Starts to like open up the dress, and you see that he's preparing to put it on.
No, not cool.
No,
We have to identify
I think
it.
this is a really good idea. You should put it on. It look great on you.
Yeah, that's probably. good.
It's horribly cursed, I think. Remember?
Don't
Oh,
ruin my
that's
story.
right. That's right. We should probably give it to Jacub to look at.
Yeah, let Jacob identify it first,
I'm
please.
taking the Jacub. I literally the day has been Jacub like at his desk, Yaalkol bursting in with a weird ass item and being like,
Look, he doesn't. You never really gave him a desk because there isn't really one. There's just like
I'll build
there's
it.
there's like a barrel with
You-
like a stool
Yeah,
next to it. That's
it's
his
a-
desk.
It's a rookie's desk.
Tantus, what it is, the desk is getting made now on the repairs of the ship.
Yeah.
and while he's doing it, he's just working out this like barrel. I just burst in, and I'm just like, Yo, what can you tell me about this?
What?
And
It's magic.
It's a dress? It's really
It's
fancy?
magic, Jacob.
it's magic.
Okay, neat.
Oh my god.
Identify it. You're
Oh,
the mage.
yeah. Okay. You can roll a spellcraft check with detect magic, see if you can identify it.
Natural 20, baby.
Okay.
37.
That's a number.
That is indeed a number.
Huh. Well, I just noticed something a little off. Now, I can tell you about the dress, but there's something else here, too. There's... I didn't notice it at first, because the dress is pretty powerful, too. Got a lot of magic on it. No. There's something right here. This gem here. This diamond. It's magical, too. And he'll kind of, like, pull it out and, like, look at it. And it's familiar-looking magic.
Point to the compass.
Yeah.
I might be holding the compass.
I extend my hand for the gem.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you would not be holding the compass. I do.
Yeah.
I take it like I'm like super protective about the compass. So as soon as like
Okay.
As soon as you hold the gem, the compass will close, and you will see the top part of the compass spin in a weird way, and then like after it spins for a while, a little part will open up that looks like it could fit a diamond.
I look at Revia.
Put it in.
I place it inside. Place it inside the hole.
The thing will kind of close up, and it will then kind of spin in, and the compass will then pop back open. And no longer the compass seems to once again kind of just wander.
Alright. So it looks like we're trying to put the compass back together so it will give us what we want. Looks like I'll have to think on it some more some other time. My head hurts too much to keep doing it now. I put it away.
You know what? I'll leave it to you, Yaalkol. I believe in you. Maybe this will help, like, you know, get you some more intelligence up there.
And so while I'm waiting for Natales to do additional research, I'm gonna literally spend 3 hours every day just trying to puzzle this thing out.
What could possibly go wrong?
Because I'm assuming what it did it once, since it's back to wandering, I need to solve it again.
I will tell you, no matter what you do, it won't, because there's nothing else nearby.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Is there like, so I guess a question that I wouldn't be able to really observe, or I might be able to observe this now. Is the compass acting differently now than it did before when we were close by something? Is it like a sign the compass is close by something that we would know when to try to tune it?
You do not know what the hell Yaalkol did. I'm going to tell you.
Well,
I gave Yaalkol a good chance because he was just tinkering with adjusting it, and there was something nearby. That's what made it easy to find out something. You know, he just was like...
well, he's asking if, like, before when there was something close by, was it acting, like, more erratically when it was moving? Or is there anything noticeable that will tell us that we should try to activate it?
Because a couple hours before in this day, I was looking at the compass a bunch, right? And now, I'm looking at the compass. Is there a noticeable difference between it then and now?
I'm going to say no.
Okay, so there's no, like, indicator, at least that we know at the moment, to know if we're close by something.
We should just probably try to activate it, like, well, let's see what Natales is able to dig up.
Well, I think a good sign is if we're near Cyclops ruins to try to activate the compass.
That's a really smart idea.
It's my high wisdom.
Yeah.
Yaalkol has a decent wisdom. He has a 14. I just don't play him very wise.
Okay. So yeah. And give me a second here. I was just finishing writing out in this sheet where you can see it the information on this. That's what I'm sure I got that correct. save. If you want to check Legends, you will see the bonuses dispelled a ball gown. You get a +6 insight bonus to AC. Can't be worn with armor, and the curse is if you do wear it with armor, it gives you an insight bonus, actual physical armor. It inverses the bonuses. You could use something like bracers of armor with it. Doesn't say you can't have an armor bonus. It can't be worn with armor. You get a +6 bonus to charisma, but a -4 save versus curses. And,
that's not great.
you can use Dominate Monster as a 15th level caster once per day, except it only lasts a day instead of 15 days.
Neat.
Well, that sounds like a, you know, I would say Jacub, but I feel like he doesn't want to wear a dress.
Nothing wrong with wearing dresses.
True, but you know,
Fabulous.
Run it by Jacob when he comes back.
Yeah.
Otherwise, Yaalkol is cool with just being like, let's frame this thing kind of
well,
situation.
no. If he doesn't want to wear it, I'll wear it. It doesn't. It actually gives me the same AC as my armor at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I can actually stack enhancement bonuses on that since it's insight bonus.
And you have a pretty good will save, so the penalty versus curses is not as bad as, like, let's say Yaalkol would wear it, who has a terrible will save to begin with.
Well, and if I can wear bracers of armor, does that are those enhancement bonuses?
Those are enhancement bonuses to armor. They count as.
Okay.
Yeah,
they
so
don't.
Yes.
So.
It's just it inverses the bonuses, the protection of any physical armor you wear, not armor bonuses you can gain. So mage armor wouldn't be affected by that. Braces of armor wouldn't be affected by that. And because he got a 37, he can actually tell you that yes, the curse is a specific thing that like it just doesn't want you to wear armor with it, like something over top of it, basically.
But I could totally wear that, and it gives me 6 AC still, and then I can put the Waves of Armor and just get a benefit of 2 AC total, which is pretty good.
Yeah. And insight bonus does go to touch and flat-footed too. So I mean that.
Oh, it does.
It
does.
does.
Actually. Ooh, if Jacub doesn't want that, that's actually a huge buff to my touch AC.
Yep. Really good for you.
I would say to just take it because
Honestly, yeah, the charisma helps me be
first dibs.
party face.
Yeah.
But if he wants to wear it later, he can.
take the dress.
I'll take the dress.
Put the dress on.
What? I look like a fabulous pirate queen now. What's it called again?
The skeletal ball gown.
It's in the which
skeleton
handout?
ball gown.
No, it's in the handouts tab. Sorry, it takes me forever to find it.
Legend.
We've filled a lot of handouts and shit because there's just a lot of stuff, you know.
Well, I guess I might sell my. Well, what do you call it? Yo, Momo.
What?
A lot of cool armor.
What kind of armor is it?
+2 mithril chain shirt.
I don't need that.
But
Okay, well then I guess
maybe a Rio.
So the problem with that is most of Rio's AC comes from Cloak of Darkness, which does not stack with armor.
Yeah.
Not worth them. So either you give it to an NPC or we sell it.
I think it's probably best if I sell it then, so I can get part of my wealth back and use it elsewhere, as like a Pathfinder mechanical thing. That's like.
I absolutely agree. You don't want to give too much money away. That's why I really wanted to give part of the money that COG gave us back, but I don't want to. But I know Pathfinder really you have to keep up with the gold curve or you're gonna get fucked.
Well, that's why I will put together a treasure here. I'll probably work on it on our when we go to break.
I don't worry about it too much. I'm just I just want to make sure the way I usually play is I usually don't take rewards a lot of the times. I usually play characters that are just good people doing good things, and then take magical items as I get them. But you can't really play Pathfinder that way. It's just not designed very well around that. So
Yeah, you need magic.
You're also not a good person in this campaign.
yeah, that's true. I'm not a good person in this campaign, which is not very easy for me to play. But I'm trying my best.
Yeah.
So I decided I just love all the people who are my friends, and I murder everyone else.
Fair.
22,
Okay.
20, 24.
And
Yeah.
illegal.
My God, my. Wait.
So-
this must be wrong.
A week later, You can get Nat will contact you.
I'll go to Net Shop.
She spent some time because it is Metropolis here, and there are certainly a lot of people that know things, so she was able to ask around and learn a lot of stuff. She'll give you a little bit more about what she's learned. So, I've learned that that compass is indeed part of the original artifact. From what I can tell, is that the artifact was always complete whenever someone got it, up until the first Hurricane King received it. The first Hurricane King effectively decided that some of the magic of it should remain in mortal hands, but respected Pharasma's wishes that when they passed and went to the land of the dead, that it wouldn't be complete in its artifact form. At least until...
You're cutting out.
Sorry. At least until, perhaps, I don't know. Deals with gods are really hard and complex. You'd have to ask Pharasma how this really worked out. But it sounds like he made some kind of deal with the goddess of death in order for at least part of the artifact to stay in the material plane once he passed away. Because otherwise it seemed like that everyone that earned it from Pharasma, it returned once they passed. It passed with them.
So effectively, whatever's hiding at the end of the road, that's something that's going to stick with me until I die, and then when I die, it goes down.
Well, I can tell you what it is.
What is it?
What would a goddess of death be interested in?
Something that makes you immortal?
A soul.
Those are good answers. But what kind of item that someone could create? Something that they would still possibly allow back into the world. You have to remember, she allows it back into the world occasionally. When it's deemed worthy, necessary.
Has to be something to resist death, would it not? Is that not?
That's actually a good way of thinking about it.
I'm lost.
Does it hide you from sight?
No. The original artifact was a resurrection artifact. But on a scale unlike we've seen. You could resurrect an entire army with it.
I'm starting to see why they put it at the bottom of the ocean. Okay.
So, if... I don't know if the original Hurricane used it, or King or not used it, but let's say in a battle that your crew has been slaughtered, you're the last one there. You activate it, you're invigorated, your entire crew comes back to life, you're ready for round 2.
Okay.
There seems to be requirements, according to legends, for using it. I think those requirements are probably a lot different than they might have been when the original Cyclops created them. I'm assuming that was a little less pleasant, that maybe Pharasma twisted it when she got a hold of it. Saw a use for it for mortals, especially ones that she felt like needed to be around for some reason. The goddess of death wants things to sway in certain directions when it comes to death. Death has to be natural, and if things probably are messing around with the natural order in some way, that's maybe when this shows up. So maybe the reason you have the compass now is she thinks something might be messing around with the natural order of death, and there might be a need for this. Maybe. Some people never used it, from what I can tell from legends. They had it but never needed to.
If Pharasma seems to think that I should go after this thing, then I'll go. Who am I to say no to a god? Thank you, Natalis. Is there anything else?
Yes. I kind of understand. Are you going to explain to her what happened with the dress and stuff?
Oh yeah, I will definitely. I'll pull out the compass and I'll just explain everything that happened.
Okay.
Yeah,
She'll actually be like, that actually leads me into my next part of what I think had happened. When the first Hurricane King managed to break everything apart, this basically is almost like a key to the artifact. You have almost to think of it as. It's not going to work without the key, wherever it's hidden. But the key itself is also in pieces. You found one of those pieces, a gem. There are probably more gems like that out there. The thing is, each of these is very powerful. Probably, powerful items that might be out there might be connected to these. Legendary items of past pirates may have gotten a hold of one of these and been empowered. Some of them might just be stories, others might not be.
So, from what I understand, you think that collecting some of these other artifacts might activate this, gesturing to the compass, this thing's power, maybe lead us.
I don't know how many you need to lead you to the proper place, honestly. There's not a lot of information left over from the first Hurricane King. Rumors, stories, things like that. Actual, true fact is, a lot of it's lost.
At the very least, you've given me something to think about. Anything else from you? I look over at Revia.
Natalia's actually going to reach out and kind of behind the desk and kind of pull something out and hand it to you. As far as I can tell, I've deciphered a way to possibly tune the thing. If you're getting close to something that you consider might have one of these gems, you could try tuning to it. But I don't know the range. So it might be better... It might be easier to find the item first rather than try to use that. I don't know.
Well, at the very least, this might be a little helpful. If nothing else, then maybe we'll be able to resolve its riddle.
You'll need someone a little... Do you have any on board the ship that's a clever? It's a puzzle.
We have a new mage to handle that while we're at sea.
Oh. New mage, you say?
I mean, I'm gonna be real. He's not like as confident as you.
He seems nervous. He
You know-
apologized a lot.
Of course, not as good as me.
Zales, you will always and forever the first mage of the Dragon's Promise. And should you ever want a place on the ship, I don't care if I have 12 mages, you'd have a place. But I know you're happy you're here, and honestly, I'm happy for you.
If you find any Cyclops ruins out there, do let me know.
Absolutely will, and maybe I'll bring you a souvenir.
I'd like to investigate them myself, thank you.
Yeah. Do we know there's Cyclops ruins on the island we're heading towards?
Probably? It's the island of empty eyes with a bunch of Cyclopsian statues missing gems in them. That kind of
We can infer some things.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're actually heading to an island soon that's full of that stuff.
Once we reclaim
Island.
it, if you think about maybe opening a franchise. Maybe.
Oh, that's right. You won that race. You got an island. There's ruins on that island.
Well, Revia won the race. Really, I just hit a big like sea thing. I think that was like a kraken. I actually don't know what that was.
Dragon turtle.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, one of those things.
It was massive.
Yeah, it almost split the ship. That was pretty fucked up.
Maybe I'll have Jack watch the shop and go with you, just to see if there's anything there. Help you out in case there's anything you need for information.
Natalis, if you we're not going to be heading there right away. I think maybe we're going to follow up on a couple of rumors we heard. Given what you told us, maybe we might find some magical items. They're going to be clearing up that island over there, and I think we're going to need everything we can get our hands on to do it. So.
Well, let me know when you depart.
Yeah, we'll stop by on our way to the island. Thank you for everything.
Mm-hmm.
Very useful information.
Yeah. So that being said, basically, we have a couple rumors that we were talking about beforehand that we can follow up on. It just seems like the best way to proceed forward is maybe grab start looking at one of those items. Because if getting items like that will help unlock this thing. I am very interested in something that does a mass res. I don't like that Tantus is giving us a mass res. I want that on the book. That scares the shit out of me. I do want it though.
Quick question, Tantus.
Mm-hmm.
It says that you can use Dominate Monster as a 15th level caster once per day. What DC is that?
It would be DC. It's slightly higher than the minimum. I would have to. It's like
right, because
24?
they would need a
24.
Yeah, it would just be. They would need a 19.
Yeah, I think it's higher. I think the 15th level caster is basically to say it's like higher technically because it's a 9th level spell and normally you need a 19 to cast that. I should put a DC on that one.
Yeah, that might.
Your DC.
Yeah, well,
level.
I'm gonna put it on my character sheet, but I think it would be like 23.
23. I'll say it's actually 24.
Right.
It's 15th matters if someone tries to dispel it.
Yeah, but like for the
DC 24.
Your level.
The minimum is normally 19. We'll just say this. Whoever used this was
at 20.
Has a 20. You know, so
yeah.
DC
Cool. Sounds good with me. I was just asking so I had that noted on my sheet because it might matter because that's a fucking good thing to have once per day.
It's pretty cool.
You really screwed me, Tantus. I gotta do math now.
I will tell you. There was one
it,
thing that your person couldn't identify it. He thinks there's something drawbacky around the dominate monster kind of thing because all of them have a drawback. He didn't know what that one was. I would tell you.
Oh, maybe I'll just never use it.
Use it once to find out.
Yeah, Yaalkol, staying right there.
Yeah. Well, Yaalkol's not a monster. He's human.
Well, luckily for us,
does it?
Yeah, when it says monster, it just means
anything that would be affected by
mind
affecting could be affected by that.
Oh yeah,
right. Yeah, basically, dominate monsters is stronger dominate person.
That's in 5e too, I think.
Yeah, but it's different in 5e. I think.
Yeah, it is very different. I don't think they call it the same thing. I don't know. I remember.
I'll say even with because even with his 37, he couldn't identify it. He did roll a 20, but perhaps maybe it was DC 40 to know that one. Because curses are hard to figure out about.
Yeah.
The more powerful the curse, the harder it is to know about it.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why why you knew about the too easy to know about curses.
I guess we could get like someone to roll spellcraft with the identify spell and they get a +10 and then they might hit a 40. They probably won't, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Theoretically possible.
Jacub
he had a 17, which was a pretty good chance of getting pretty high there. But
Natalis even scaled up would have much higher.
Yeah, but I basically put the 3 curses at 30, 35, 40, and you got the 2 of them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's still a really cool item. I got 19 charisma now.
Yeah.
So.
Congrats.
I mean, the other bonuses are good just to know about. They're very good.
It's my highest stat.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Yeah. I gotta do math.
Do your math.
Anyway,
I'm gonna worry about that after the session. I'll see if I ended up switching items out or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. So, You've heard about a
Do we
number
wanna-
of rumors, but
Take a break?
we'll just take our break. Yeah, let's take our break. That's probably a good
Yep.
point in time to take a break. If you need a snack, drink, bathroom break, go ahead and take care of them, and we'll be back in a little bit here. So, boop. Yeah, sorry. We were talking about items that I gave them. Let me just switch over to here because I have the list then that I kind of gave them.
Yeah, and we can continue discussing this on stream.
Yeah. Let's. We were talking about it there, and I I gave them this list. This is because honestly, there was a lot of things you could have done to get magic items, and you didn't get them. An assassin got away, a person got away with a whole bunch of stuff, there was a couple of other things that you didn't do, so I basically dumped a list of stuff, and also this means I don't have to worry about having any kind of random encounters for a while to give some extra equipment.
I can live with that.
You guys should have enough money to last for a while. You could probably even, trickle down, honestly, to a couple NPCs if you wanted to with some of this junk, too.
Yeah.
So they have a little bit more money than normal, but... We were discussing this, and I should probably be on stream to continue discussion, so we're at least on stream.
So I'm gonna edit this sheet real quick. And I'm gonna subtract the stuff that's been taken off. So I'm gonna go through it real quick. So the +1 dueling rapier is gone. The human
Dueling rapier
bane
frost.
Frost, sorry.
It also does cold damage.
I have it written, on the musket, Misty, taking the musket.
I can take a musket. Don't know how much I'll use it.
It's human bane.
True.
So you have the musket cool.
I have
Cool
a
has
lot
the
of
earth.
guns.
Cool has the earthbreaker.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking the Earthbreaker.
You want to take the composite bow too? It's a +2, +5 the strength, so it's +5 damage for you.
Oh yeah, that's actually.
Wait, what is your strength bonus? You're cool.
My pet is +5.
Oh, then...
+6 now. +6 with the build.
So you can tune it later on for you could probably tune it for 100 gold here in town before you leave to +6. Yeah. They can be put up and down. They're not set in stone with strength bonus. Yeah. So it would be +8 to damage if you shot someone with it from your strength and the +2.
All right. Next, buckler. Does anyone take the +2 buckler?
Did you take it?
I can take it and not spend money on a +2 buckler.
Because Rio could theoretically take it, or Misty could take it, but if you want it, you can have it.
I have a +1 buckler I can pass down to whoever you want as well.
Okay, then Rio could take the +1 buckler.
Cool.
You can get
So
sorry, I'm just trying
that's
to find
handled. There's the mithril shirt. I don't. Does Misty want the mithril improved shadow chain shirt?
I have to look up what bonus the change is.
It's a +4
It is
dex
mithril,
max.
too.
It's +6 dex max. Sorry, so it's +5 AC with a 6 dex max.
+5. So it's +5 AC. Oh, I gotta do.
Yeah.
I think it's
With
still
6.
still a little worse. Let me just put this in. +6 or +5 and then +6 dex.
Yeah.
So I just need to do a little.
An armor
testing.
check penalty? No.
The belts are gone.
Misty can take it because she will just have the same AC if she was using a +2 breastplate.
Sounds good. Anyone taking rings of protection from the sheet?
No, I have to give one to the sheik because I have one.
Yeah.
Remember, you can wear 2 wings, but yes, you already have something that gives you a bonus of that.
The Jinjasa just basically replaced it, so I can put the. Actually, let me just sell that myself, just so I can keep up with wealth.
I will. I'm gonna take the ring of Sea Strider.
Mm-hmm.
Gives you swim speed.
Because me having a swim speed is very useful because if we move through water again.
Yep.
The staff is gonna have to go to Jacub, but I'll leave it on because he's the only one because he's the only one that can cast those spells. So technically, someone else could do it if they have the magic device there.
Yeah.
So.
Who's getting the meme rod?
So
I will take it because I love rolling on tables. I'm playing a wild magic sorcerer. I'm crazy. I'll take it. I'll use it when in combats that we've already won, though.
Meta Magic's probably for Jake.
The meta magic's for Jacub.
Does he have damage spells?
Yeah, I believe he has
A few.
Maybe he's supposed to have more. I don't know.
He listen. He has more than me or Misty. Okay.
And he has a spell book, so we can put more in there anyway.
Yeah, I think it's worth giving spell books.
So goggles of Knights on Misty.
Okay.
Yep.
Alright.
Right. You want the dark vision for the
Uh,
gloves of Storings on Yaalkol.
Yes, sir.
Bane
Okay,
Baldric
so-
went to Misty too.
Yeah,
Yes.
I took that off.
Okay.
I just this helmet's gone as well. So we have a helm of comprehend languages and read magic that
I
can
think
go
that-
on our friendly.
I think
Wizard?
this should go on the Jacub.
Yep. I'll write J next to the items that should go to him. So he can look at them later.
Mm-hmm.
He probably should get a ring of protection as well if he doesn't already have one. There's a bunch of wands, but we can deal with those out later.
Yep.
Jacub should get the shocking robes because he didn't have robes at the moment.
Yep.
There's this treasure hunter's goggles. We know what those.
Treasure Hunter's goggles. They basically you cast detect secret doors at will, and look it up there once per day.
That's on the eye slots.
Yes.
Yeah, the eye slots.
I can.
3 times a day you can also use identify.
Oh, those might be best on Jacub too then.
Because identify, yes, that could be
Plus
good.
10 on the check.
Yeah, it gives you plus 10 on the check, but
I can equip them.
yeah. Like the detect
I don't have
secret
any eye
doors
slots.
doesn't need. He doesn't need to have that kind of thing.
I think I'll take them unless someone else thinks they would use it more. I don't see how y'all cool using it. What about Rio?
No.
Yeah, and Misty has the
I
goggles
have
already, which is
goggles
why.
slot already.
Yeah.
So I will take those then. There's boots of levitation.
Do I have?
I have slippers of spider climb already, so I don't have an open slot, and I think that's better than levitation.
I do not have boots, but I've gotten a bunch of items, so I will take second pick if somebody else wants it.
Yeah, I think.
I have
boots that I think are better.
no opinion on boots of levitation.
What's the sandals of the lightest step do?
Those let you walk on air.
I have.
Those
Oh,
are
is that
ones
what
you
it does?
Yes.
If you've moved at least 10 feet along the ground or another surface, they can be activated as a swift action to give your wearer the ability to airwalk until the end of the round. If you haven't reached a solid surface by the end of the round, you immediately fall to the ground, and it can be 5 times per day, but no more often than once per minute. It's like if you want to cross a chasm kind of thing,
Pretty cool.
There's the gloves of arrow snaring. I don't. So that could be good on Misty if you don't have gloves, because you're most likely to get shot at because you're ranged.
Yeah.
I believe Misty took. Didn't you take a glove or something from?
The
this
bracers. And bracers and gloves are separate
bracers.
slots.
Take bracers. My bad.
Welcome to Pathfinder
So-
loot, everybody.
Yeah, I could
Welcome.
take the gloves as arrow snaring.
Because I could take them, but I'm not worried about getting hit.
You won't be. Yeah, I'm more likely to get shot.
Yeah,
Well, Misty-
that's what yeah. Exactly. That's what I think too.
Do you
so
want to give Jacub the helm? I don't know if he'll wear it all the time, but he can at least keep it.
I have that marked for Jacub at the moment.
Okay, cool.
So, and the headband's marked for Jacub as well. The headband and mental prowess is on Yaalkol.
Okay, I'm taking it. I was waiting to see if anybody else wanted it, but I'll take it.
No, because Misty has that exact headband, and so does Rio. So
Oh, no, Misty just
it's
has a
only-
wisdom then again something for Chris.
Yeah. There's the headband of Fortune's favor, but I don't think anyone's gonna use that.
No, it's not really.
So Yaalkol has so there's a amulet of natural armor +2.
That would take the same slot as the parry off of health, just noting.
Yeah.
So.
Which is disease only?
I think it's just disease.
I'm not taking the parry out anyways because I have a bit amulet natural armor. I forgot about so.
Yeah.
What do you have already? Just plus one?
You were taking the parry out. My bad. Does somebody want the armor plus two?
I think it's good for me to have, but it could be... It's effectively when not in big combats, that's when it's going to come into application.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the parry off health gives you immunity to disease, including supernatural ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty useful in Pathfinder, so we can't, like, get Mummy Rot or anything, which might...
There is stuff that can come up around here with, like, diseases and stuff, certainly.
I imagine that's not of things that's available.
Well, diseases are typically fort saves, so that's more useful on someone with a low fort save.
Which I have on one, so.
Rio has garbage. But he already has an amulet of natural life.
Do you have a +2 one?
No, he's a +1.
Do you want to take the +2?
If no one else wants it, I guess.
I could wear it, but...
You basically are like, I can already give myself a natural armor bonus.
Like in big combat, like in the combats between big ones, right? I have like 2 per day, right? So like 2 big combats, I could buff myself with it. Which is why it's like, I don't know if it's really good on me.
You take the natural armor, I guess.
Cool, so we have a +1 in Parry Out of Health. I'll honestly wear the Parry Out of Health.
That's fair.
Because at this point, that's, why not? A Cloak of Resistance +1s, those are kind of low tier loot at the moment.
There is a +3, a Cloak of Elvenkind, and a Cape of the Mountain.
Mark one of them for Jacub, because I don't know if he has one. Actually, let me just check this.
I think, so does anyone want the Cape of the Mountebank specifically?
Did maybe have that teleport?
Yeah, he already has it.
I'll mark the Cape of Mountebank for Jacub for now. What's the Cloak of Elvenkind? It's like helps you hide, right?
Yeah, helps you hide. I think that's a sell.
It's a +5 on competence bonus to stealth.
I mean, I will tell you, there are technically some characters aboard here you could give it. There's technically a character you could give it to. We can't forget about.
Yeah.
We can give it to Quentin.
Yeah. Quentin is still there for the hopeful times when Umber can return.
Mark it on Quentin's sheet, Kansas, okay?
Amusingly, I think Rio has a higher stealth than Quentin.
Yeah, well, you want the Cloak of Resistance anyway. There's a +3 one. It should go to Erik. What are your saves?
Yes.
My saves right now after getting the another +1 bonus. So once I give a +1 bonus for the stone that I just got, I have a 14, 7, and a 10.
14, 7.
Yeah.
Okay, I have 11, 9, and 12.
11, 9, and 12. So you're pretty across the board, Dees.
Yeah.
And so...
And I have a +2 Cloak of Resistance.
Jacub currently has a 6, 6, 7. Maybe Jacub gets the +2.
Jacob.
But he might gonna take the Montauban.
Yeah, so if he takes the Montauban, he can't take the Cloak.
So we'll decide that one later then. We'll let Jacob decide if he wants the Cloak of Resistance +3 or not.
If he doesn't take it, either you or me can take it. I don't really care.
Brace is a +2 armor that goes to Rio.
Yeah, probably.
I guess he could use them when he's not in Cloak of Darkness.
Yeah, well, I mean, I bought mine already. I don't feel
honestly
like retracting the belt.
I will say for things like if you don't have a ring slot or don't have a bracer slot, having things like brace of armor or rings of protection, even if you can cast those spells, it's good just to have like a base material like number.
That gives him a base 19 AC.
Bone Breaker Gauntlets. What
I
does
don't
those
know what those do.
I don't have gloves, so I could equip them theoretically.
Tear through the part of the melee attack and activate the bracers too.
Oh. Interesting.
Gross.
That's awesome. It's kind of
do I have
disgusting.
Anything? Yeah, it's probably good on me.
Oh,
or...
they call it bracers in the thing, but they were cutting gauntlets in the one list. That's weird.
Oh, they're hand slots. So
Yeah, it's a hand slot.
It's a hand slot, but like the ones like I'm sorry, that's weird because they gave like I'm trying to like look it up and they let me find where I saw it in the list here.
I have the gloves as storing right now.
Then I guess.
So
I
if you
will-
want to take those,
I mean, if you can't use them, so I'll. If they're gloves, I don't have gloves.
yep, hell yeah. Tear
That's
people
pretty.
open.
It's a pretty simple go about. There's a scabbard of vigor,
That
which is okay.
that might be decent on you because you have a drawn weapon.
Bro, actually, I'm the only one that can use it really.
Yeah.
So I will take the scabbard of
Yeah,
vigor as.
that's weird. I think they're supposed to be bracers, the bone breaker one, so they're supposed to be wrists.
Can I have the handy haversack? I don't
Wait,
have
are they
it.
bracer slots?
They
Or
are.
the-
They call them gauntlets on the thing where I wrote them for, but they're
Right.
called bracers when I clicked on them. So I think they're supposed to be wrist.
Well, their slot says hands.
Yeah, that's weird. I'd say
So are they-
do whichever you wish. It could
Yeah,
be
they are
either.
hand
There's
slots.
probably I'll say there's a version of them that's bracers and a version like gauntlets.
Okay.
We can say these are
Hand
the gauntlets.
slots,
These are
I
the
guess.
hand ones. Yeah.
Cool. Sounds good to me. I appreciate it, man.
I say we give you a haversack. That's fine.
Yeah, that one's easier to take stuff out of, right? And it's the difference
It
between
makes
a
it
hand-
like that you can take things out very quickly and switch items.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that might be better on like me.
Yeah, I agree.
So I could pull out like a potion or a wand and heal someone and like heal you in melee if I don't have the spell.
The only thing I would pull out is weapons. I have the gloves of storing now, so that basically takes
Yeah,
care of that.
you could basically yes, you could take out like a wand as a swift action. Then. Yeah.
Right,
it's
I
a
think
swift
that
action.
actually might be useful on or Misty maybe. Pull out guns if that's like something that would be useful for you. I don't know.
Swap guns.
The thing is, it's a difference between just pulling out an item and like wielding an item. I think.
Oh,
Let
fair.
me just.
I guess
Also, I don't know
I'll
if the
take-
gun would fit.
I'll
So,
take it. If
I-
you think that's
Don't really need it because, for the most part, I've gotten my build down to just 2 guns.
okay.
So then
I'll have it, and because that sounds like something I could pull like the Rod of Wonders out, so I don't have to have it in my hands, so I could actually use that.
Have you
For the
checked?
means.
Okay. Have you checked the Wad of Wonder list?
I did. I'm excited to use it.
Okay. I'm gonna give the nice public here some like
Look at this Rod of Wonder.
idea
Oh.
of what's going to happen. Some of the things that might happen.
Oh.
Summon
Who
an
wants to
animal,
do this?
either an elephant, a rhino, or a mouse. Lightning bolt. Reduce wielder's size by 2 size categories. No save for a day.
Hey, that's actually fine. That
Leaves
helps
grow
me
from
get
the
alive.
target if within 60 feet of the rod. Lasts for 24 hours.
My God.
I like this one. Wielder or the target turns permanently blue, green, or purple. No save.
Oh, this Chime of Opening's cool.
I really like reduces wielder's size by 2 size categories. No save for 1 day.
you're just tiny. You're cat-sized for a day.
Holy shit, guys! The Chime of Opening is actually insane.
It's
Yeah,
pretty
someone. That's kind of an item we can stuff in a bag, though.
It's just
you
a
know,
rule,
one of the
right?
reasons I gave you China of Opening. Quentin is like kind of there but not there. Now you cannot need to worry about it. It's a open locks kind of thing.
Yeah, we could just that could be a bagged item. Like a lot of the stuff
Yeah, we're
onward down
climbing. All that stuff is
stuff-
going in the bag for holding.
can go into a bag. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if Taranthus, if you could rename this to Bag of Holding. Don't do it now. It's gonna
I
mess
think
up
you
things.
can technically rename it.
Yeah,
Right?
if you have
I
editing,
can. Yeah,
if you
I'll
have
change
editing,
it.
Yeah.
I'll change it. I'll change this to Bag of Holding,
Mm-hmm.
and then whatever's left in here we can just say is in the Bag of Holding.
Okay.
Rope of Climbing, Bag of Holding, Bag of Tricks. Anyone want that in particular? That's like the summon
Nah.
random
It's
animals, right?
a tan one. So let me let you know what the.
Give it to maybe Jacub because Jacub might have fun with it.
Bag of Tricks. I'll let you know what the tan one can summon.
Grizzly bear, lion, heavy horse, tiger,
I
or
remember I had this and I dropped a grizzly bear on someone.
Grizzly bear, lion, heavy horse, tiger, or rhino. You know, I could switch this to the aquamarine. It would be funny, but I think it would be worse because the aquamarine is terrible.
No, because the tan bag is great because I did tactically drop a grizzly bear on someone from 50 feet up.
Tan bag is also very funny because you do that in the middle of the ocean. You just have fucking bear attacks somebody in the ocean.
Ocean bear, go!
So I could have it in the haversack and pull it out, and use it if we need to. So
you
I
could just
could
also
put
like
things
it's a bag. You could connect it to your belt. You know, like you don't have to have it away. It's like
True, not wrong.
You're gonna start a full salt tail.
You know what, Erik? I think you should take it.
you never know when you need to summon a horse. Yeah, cool. Go horse.
Yeah, you don't have.
Yaalkol will be like, I don't know what this is for, but I'm sure.
You don't have a lot of other options, which is why I think it might be good for you to have.
Go Rhino! You join me in combat. Rhino! It's a Pokemon.
Let's see, Horn of Fog. I feel like Horn of Fog is something that just should be in the.
Yeah.
I mean, someone should hold on to it, I guess, right? Because it's an item that can be useful.
I think a lot of this bottom stuff down here we don't need to worry about.
Yeah, escape ladder, pipes of haunting, bottle of air, bag of holding 4. Who wants to have the bag of holding specifically?
I guess I'm technically the safest person.
Then yeah, all right, you can hold on to it. It's a bag of holding 4.
So I'll put it on Rio,
and then Misty
right
later.
now, and then we'll put it on Misty for later.
Since I do have a pair. Okay, then everything else is accounted for.
The Ion Stone, the Pearl of Power, and who has the Stone of Good Luck?
Erik.
Okay.
I have the Ion Stone.
So it's plus. Remember, it's +1 to saves, ability checks, and skill checks.
Yeah.
And ability checks. That is not a tax, though. Remember. So
is that initiative?
Yeah, it's saving throws, ability checks.
No, initiative's not ability check.
Ability checks are separate in Pathfinder. You have to remember.
Yeah.
It's not like
in
5e. I'll have to look up the exact thing for ability check because it's like I don't think it's.
I'll mark like haste wand should go to Jacub since he can cast it. Same thing with Scorching Ray. Rio, do you want to hold on to the cure moderate wounds wand?
Yeah, he can hold on to that. Try to look up Shadow does.
It's 40. It's plus 10 stealth check.
Plus 5.
No, it's improved Shadow.
Oh, it's improved Shadow, so it's 10. Jesus Christ.
That's what it was, right? It's
improved. It's the improved one, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So it's
Misty has a 16 stealth now.
Mm-hmm.
It's better than mine. Let's see. So it's 42 charges of cure moderate wounds.
How many charges?
42.
Okay.
There's a +2 breastplate. We could say that goes to someone on the crew.
You could definitely. Oh yeah. So
we can give the cog. We give the cog.
Yeah, the cog.
Okay.
So that's actually a good thing to give the cog.
Yeah, I do like a gifting thing before they leave.
Jacub could have the boots of levitation if he wants it. But that's all right. I'm saving changes. Hopefully everyone knows what they got.
Yep. I've written down everything. Okay, I close this character sheet.
So yeah. So just remember for the Stone of Good Luck, the only thing it doesn't apply to is attacks. Because specifically attacks are different than ability checks. So that'd be like if you make a save, if you make it'd be like if I say like a strength check or like something like that where it's not a skill based thing where you still have to make a check.
I've added it into the character sheet on my saves and my skills.
Yeah.
I don't for ability checks. I'm just gonna have to remember.
Yeah.
Well, you can put an extra 1 in all the misc slots. Oh, but luck bonus. You're right.
Because it's not technically going to be increasing those. Like, you might be able to make a macro for it, honestly, +1 to ability checks.
Yeah, you could. You could definitely make a macro. I can give you one. I have
next, Before next session, I'm gonna need help with some macros.
Yep, sounds good.
Otherwise,
We're-
I'm never gonna remember to use what to do the Falcon's aim shit.
I took a ring of protection +1, as you know. So I have the ring of the what's it called? Iron Skull as well, but I don't wear that unless like we need to use something with it.
Fair.
I
It
guess.
can come up. It might not come up. Honestly, like
Yeah, well,
like there
we
could
would
be
just have to wait 24 hours.
like
so.
I will tell you, like exploring ruined places, you could find part of a body and need to find the rest of the part of the body.
Yeah.
There are chances of that.
Theoretically, we're not under a lot of time pressure though. We could wait a day and come back.
Yeah.
And if we couldn't, then honestly, fuck, who cares, right?
Like I'm gonna tell you, I'm not gonna time pressure you unless you really fuck around. But like with your plans you've given, I'm not gonna probably bother about that. You know.
Let me see. This shouldn't
So-
stack. So, this shouldn't stack with this.
Oh boy.
What's up?
I could technically on Misty take this amulet of natural armor, but I think Jacob should have it instead.
Night.
Yeah, I've just left it there for now.
Okay.
Because we didn't discuss it.
I think Jacob should have it because Jacob is pushy.
Switches back to here for now.
This
Why
is,
is my AC not going up?
I'm gonna be honest. As soon as we're done with this here, I think maybe we should probably call a little early because we are down a Jacob, and we kind of set up everything I needed to set up, and we can start with the adventures for because you were aiming for shipwreck of the bottle and ocular. God, I can't remember. It's
Yeah,
The-
that one.
Yes. That one. I know what you're talking about, and
Yeah.
yes, that's the
Yeah, yes, that one. That one over there, sir. He did it.
one. Oracular, I think.
Ocular spyglass. Oracular spyglass. Okay, so I'm going to though at least read these off the legends, so the people here know about them. That these were what people heard, because all these legends I wrote up a whole bunch of legends that showed them to everybody. You know, so shipwreck in a bottle is Poxy Peg Pearls was said to have a vicious sense of humor, and most who met her called her a witch, a bitch, or worse. Aside from bringing cabin boys to tears, she had a talent for crafting not just ships in bottles, but shipwrecks in bottles. She was eventually run out of Olo after someone examined her work, claiming to see gold spilling from one of her wrecks, along with a miniature crew desperately signaling for help. Poxy is long since dead. If there is more to her work than just talent, maybe some witchcraft, no one has discovered it yet. Rumor has it she was unable to take the bulk of her collection with her. It has never been found. So, there might be some shipwrecks with tiny dead people on it and treasure.
That's terrible.
That is a kind of horrible idea that she not only she used magic to trap sinking ships in bottles, you know, and
That's actually so cool. Unironically cool. But horrifying.
And then the oracular spyglass is rumored to be crafted from preserved eye of an ancient cyclops. This spyglass has the ability to not only see great distance, but also to see what was and will be. It has changed hands dozens of times over the last few centuries. Rewarded since the beginning of the Age of Lost Omens suggests that the power of this strange device seems to be waning. Still, instead of a person piercing the lens into a mirror, you can see your own birth and death. That's an interesting one. See your own death, predicted or something. Maybe try to stop it. Who knows? But you can also maybe possibly see some futures in it. But those were the two items, and one of those, the spyglass, rumors have it on an island really near to the island of Empty Eyes. The other one's in Olo, which you've been to Olo before, I think. I believe. Because that's on Shark Island. You visited
Shark Island.
Yeah. But that's why if you're looking into the Shipwreck in a Bottle, you just probably want to start at Olo, because that was the last place she was at. And maybe she either has some collection there, or a sign of where to go to find some of these shipwrecks. Maybe it'll even lead to maybe some information on her magic she used on it. You never know. And these things may be related to your new kind of side quest big side quest I gave you. With this compass. That I've totally been waiting to establish with you. I just didn't have an opportunity. The mysterious compass I gave Yaalkol when he died.
True.
Look, there were plans for it. I just had to put them into place. And this was a good opportunity. Honestly. Okay. We did the treasure. We've done the establishment. I guess we'll start with heading to Olo next time. Once your ship is up and running, you'll set sail for Olo. Because it'll probably take some time to gather materials for building a fortress, I'm going to assume. Yeah. That'll probably take a lot more time, like figuring out materials.
We know of the Chelish base, right?
Yeah.
You might need materials to rebuild it, though.
Yeah. We're definitely going to rebuild that.
Definitely will. It's just that's definitely going to help us. And and as I said, I will kind of write you like a basic plan outline, Tantus, at some point of what like I imagine the process being like for us.
Give me a second to check something here quickly if I can get.
That won't be too much, and I could discuss a few boys if you want to go into the particulars of colonization. Thank you.
Okay.
That's the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
Okay. Okay. I will tell you. If you talk to the right people, they will estimate that, depending on if there is a fortification there, depending on the state of it, it would be anywhere between, building materials-wise, 5 to 20 plunder. If it's a fortification. 5 would probably be the minimum worth of material. If everything is in really tip-top shape. 20 would assume heavy damage.
Okay.
If it's somewhere in the middle,
which is 1,000 gold each.
Yeah, so between 5 to 20,000 to revitalize a fortress. Building any kind of port will cost you approximately 5,000, 5 plunder.
Okay, well, we're gonna have to assume that
they're like if you talk to people, they're gonna assume you're gonna probably have to build a port,
Yeah, no, that's fine.
And there probably there might be miscellaneous spending around there too, of course, for like things.
Yeah, well, I assume the adventure is going to give us plunder as we're raiding this island to help facilitate that.
I will also tell you, if you look into the basis of a feast, you will need a minimum of 5 plunders worth of material to have a epic pirate feast when you do that. So, your very minimum would be 15 plunder right now that you're going to have to spend for the fortress, if it's in the best shape, the port, and the party for when the pirate council arrives.
Alright, but we got like 3 months, was it? Or 2 months? How much time was it?
You got like a month? I'll give you like between 1 and 2 months approximately, not like...
Okay.
It's a nebulous time of, I'm not really timing you, but if you fuck around enough, I might call you on the time.
Okay, so we gotta make like 25.
Like the treasure things you've talked about with me, I'm like, those are approved. Going to the island, that's approved.
Basically, the only plan at this point was to look at the mission, the 2 items we already discussed in advance, and then go to the island.
Because, depending on what goes on, I could always be like, you have some extra time if you want to look into a legend at this point in time, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're good. I'm cool with it. I was just seeing the up and up,
Yeah, they kind of give me a time frame, but not, so I'm kind of using it as like a... This is not a Trial of the Beast kind of thing where they actually have a time frame. This is there's nebulously a time frame.
Trial of the Beast. Fuck that.
Yeah, that gave you 3 days for shit. You have 3 days. Good luck. Do you want to sleep? No, you don't.
Absolute fucking nightmare.
It was not a great design. We've talked about that in the past. It's not greatly designed. It could have been good design. It could have been. You can have a time frame. They just didn't do it right. I think they're just good. I'm getting sidetracked. I'm getting sidetracked. I have to be society.
Yeah. No, you're good.
It's I've talked a lot about it. Anyway, okay. So we figured everything out. I've given the basis. We'll just let me know if you end up wanting to spend effectively plunder's worth of money to bring anything with you. You would need probably workers that could fix things. This is like to set things up ahead of time. Because even though it's a pretty decent journey up there, even though you have a pretty fast and effective ship, it's still a pretty decent distance to get up there. It's still like over half a week's journey to the Island of Empty Eyes.
We got like 5,000 gold on the ship right now.
Mm-hmm.
So we could use that to finance the initial expedition.
Yeah.
I also will pour gold into that.
I have some, not a whole lot. But
Let me know the kind of things you want to get, because you'll be recruiting crew. I assume. I'll let you say like.
I'll write up a doc.
We'll write up a doc of like some things, and we'll kind of like quickly hit the like lot of like what you're doing for that. We'll kind of have that will activate that post. Like we'll say you'll go to Olo and then probably back to Port Peril to pick up your materials, and then you can hit up the the spyglass right before the Island of Empty Eyes because they're next to each other. Honestly.
Oh yeah. And
so that'd be the plan.
Go to the island.
Yep.
Sound good. Yeah.
Look, I have I can actually show you here because this is not really a spoiler. You'll have this one here. I'm going to move everybody over to here, and I'll move everybody over to this nice island map.
Island.
Where it is darkened in the middle because you don't know what's there, but that is the Island of Empty Eyes.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah. I'm very excited to explore this.
And
this is not.
I will
cool.
tell, like, there's two main harbors, and you just don't know, like, you choose where to explore from. There's some more details about how easy it is to explore and things like that, and we'll kind of go over it, but, like, honestly, like, this is, like, if you would circle the island at a decent distance, this is the kind of thing you would get for picking up what it looks like, you know, to figure out if, like, what landing spots and what's around. Just the basic idea.
And a really cool thing we could do is we have that eyeglass that lets you cast clairvoyance or clairaudience. So if we spot like a ruined fort somewhere, we can actually scry into the fort.
Yeah.
To see what's around or
clear.
Yeah, that is the Empty Eyes. I got that.
Be useful.
Like you know, I have markings on a map where I can put letters on there that match the letters on my map, which I know where things are on there. There's a lot of things on this map. Some of them just are like things that might be more story-wise. Other of them, there are lots of murdery creatures and things on this island. It is not. It is an untamed island, basically, that is, you know, wild. So enjoy. And honestly, when no one lives there, it's the same with all fantasy things. If no one lives there, weird shit moves in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where there is an absence of people, there is a presence of monster.
Because honestly, most of them don't want to be around people and just they're like, there's no one living here. Great!
I rolled an 18 and a 19.
Well, it's easy to stop.
I
It's
was
just
just
your
hit.
crits for the week. They're gone.
Oh, you used your crits!
You used up your 2 crits.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that +4 initiative's really nice with that dueling rapier, honestly. Also, like, there's some things with, like, you know, disarm or shit like that. I looked at that and I'm like, dueling, it's like, the bonus to initiative's really where it is.
Is it fair to count that I always have that bonus to initiative, Tantus?
I mean, if you just claim that you just have that at least in your hand most of the time when you're coming to a combat area, whether or not you're using the other rapier or not, then I would say yes.
Oh, shit.
It's in my hand, just chilling.
Guys, I've just realized something. I'm not going to be going first every time anymore. Rio only
It
has
might be
6.
me now. I got a +8. Watch out, catching up.
Sorry, I have dog shit initiative now.
Yeah, it's you put +4 initiative, traumas are drawn and enhanced with initiative checks. You also have +2 bonus to disarm and feint, and +2 verse disarm. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
And
it's good.
it's plus
just,
2 DC to perform a feint against you also.
It's good. It's just I don't know if it's
I mean,
it's better than Keen. Keen is really good, which is a problem, you know.
True.
I mean, the
but-
Keen is very good. I mean, like, again, like, it's really the initiative bonus that's the great part about that. I mean,
Honestly, I'm on board of, you know, like, I start combat with 2 rapiers and I put the dueling one away.
yeah.
Uh,
Anyway,
because the menacing is also really good, so it's like...
and then we got some of the thundering Earthbreaker, too, that just, you know, there's one in there. He's just enjoying his due loud Earthbreaker. What's the critical multiplier on Earthbreaker?
Times 3,
4?
baby.
Yeah, so you do 2d8 extra sonic damage if you critical
Yes, sir.
something. Yeah.
Holy shit.
And they have to make a fortitude save or be permanently deafened.
Ooh, is that what Thundering does?
Yeah.
Oh, is it the step up of the...
It's sonic
Yeah,
damage
yeah.
in the
Yeah,
Only, but
it's
it has
crit
the
only,
extra.
but like it has
Oh.
a pretty good crit bonus, and it can permanently deafen someone. So it's like and honestly, sonic damage. There's like 2 monsters that have resistance against it in the entire book. You know,
Yeah.
there's that weird sonic bird monster, like the Yathrak or something, and one other creature I've seen before. There might be a couple other weird, unusual things that are like it resists sonic, but like 99% of creatures do not. So, I mean, when the crit comes up, it's just also going to explode a little bit more.
I love that.
Most things are dying already.
I mean,
I respect
there's plenty of things that have enough hit points to live through a Yaalkol crit. Just they now die a little quicker if it happens.
yeah.
Or I deafen them.
Yeah.
Just make-
Then it's just like, what? What did you say? What? Anyway, let's get going. Hey, everybody, thanks for joining us. It's been fun. We're gonna get going. It is definitely a little early here, but you know, we were down someone, and we wanted to, you know, the treasure loot that I finally gave them over the break really I just basically had a copy of the stuff I'd written down, and I added a couple extra things while I was listing it.
Tanthus. I love you, Tanthus, okay?
Uh-huh.
This is acceptable. I A plus.
Yeah.
Like when you mentioned you want a new Earthbreaker, I added the Earthbreaker in.
Hey, listen, we just have to say what we want out loud, and Tanthus will add it in somewhere at some point.
Well, I gave you the Human Bane musket because that's what the assassin guy had, a Human Bane musket. So that's why I was like, yeah, you can get that. You know. Anyway.
Wait, the assassin that was killing a Kenku?
Yeah, you had a
Yes,
musket.
he had a Human Bane musket. Didn't work
It's
on
human bait. It wasn't Kenku Bane?
No, it was Human
That
Bane.
made it too weirdly specific.
Specifically, he also normally he has a Human Bane crossbow, but when you can switch him to a gunslinger, so he doesn't do the Bane. He just has other stuff which murdered the shit out of that guy.
That's funny.
Like a
But that
gun.
guy wasn't like super strong.
Yeah, he was good for like he is good at assassination for doing like a big shock damage and stuff.
Yeah.
That's it. He actually I rebuilt him with the gunslinger levels to continue to have that ability. He also has like poison on his stuff, so he just like it's like he's not only shot, you're horribly poisoned.
He got away, didn't he?
He did. He had a plan of escape, and you did follow him partially, but it's hard to track someone through a busy city.
That's
Yep.
true.
Yeah, we
Very
tried.
hard.
Anyway,
Sometimes it doesn't work. Yep.
Eric, you got anything to shout out?
No, I do not. Thanks for showing up and come watch our other games.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Momo.
Hi, I am here sometimes, most of the time, Children of Wrath. Do I speak during that game? Occasionally. When Kazarin shuts up long enough to allow me to.
Yeah.
And then I'm here usually for discussing tabletop, unless something comes up.
Yeah. Sal.
Nah, I'm good.
Okay. Tomorrow, I'll probably do more Final Fantasy 12. I think I will not be on camera because it's supposed to be getting up into the 90s,
Yep.
like high 90s. So I'll
Yep.
probably go
Tomorrow.
off camera so I can basically be I'm in the dark and not wearing a shirt while streaming. Because
Yep.
this is the thing that I have to say. does the one thing as like a fleshy person versus like this VTubing craze. They can like not have to wear shit or like like be in more comfortable clothes than like and not be presentable.
Don't VTubers have rakes though?
Yeah.
Some of them do, but they can also be like PNG people or like just the 2D things which are really easy or something, and they just like have face tracking on a phone. Honestly, I've learned about it because I do follow a few because there's some nice people out there. There's nice people on both sides. I follow a lot. Yeah. I have nothing against them. I'm just a little jealous if not having a shirt on. So like, sometimes.
Embrace surrendering your flesh and making a VTuber.
Look, I don't have. That's way more expensive. If I'm going to spend money, it's to get more emotes and/or fix up the channel a little bit because I have to do that at some point in time. Maybe some new artwork. That's expensive. I have to save money for that at some point.
Yeah, artwork's so expensive.
Yeah.
I do a pretty good job putting some shit together for myself, but I can only do things like this nice overlay here, where you find like, little like poster things and like this actually like this is a Pathfinder picture behind us, the sinking ship. I just added like the wheel and the treasure chest, which were also Pathfinder images. I kept on brand. But yeah, Final Fantasy 12, and then I don't know if I'll be on camera or not, but I'll be definitely doing Children Wrath tomorrow. Unless something crazy comes up. I'm not going to guarantee it won't. If it doesn't, Children Wrath. And then, rest schedule, Final Fantasy more on Friday probably, and discuss Game on Saturday. So honestly, I missed Pathfinder today, and honestly, I'm not in a rush to get back to get to the Crusade building in Wrath of the Righteous.
Oh, it's not that bad.
I know.
It's very minimal effort.
Look.
Look, I don't know if they've changed it since, but you literally just get archers, and archers kill everything.
I did discover archers were really good.
This marksman's actually just one-shot explode the enemy armies, so...
Almost like, historically, archers are a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Weird.
It's time to get more archers.
No, they were like overtuned bad. It was pretty insane.
Anyway, that's it. So, should be back next week. If something comes up, I'll let people know. And otherwise, farewell for now, people. Goodbye.
Goodbye, chat.